Hello, everybody. Hello there. My name is Blake Rydell. I am the business teacher at McLaughlin, and this is our week one, lesson four PowerPoint. And I just wanted to go over it with you guys so that you guys have the option to follow along if you would like, okay? So, for our bell work, we're going to talk about who you think has the greatest influence to stop bullying: the bully, the bystander, the victim, the teachers and administration, or parents. And I want you guys to explain in 2 to 3 sentences, okay? So pause the video and go ahead and get to work. Okay, so thank you guys so much for participating in that. I think it is a combination of pretty much everybody in here. Um, I think the bully needs reformed. I think bystanders need to speak up. The victim needs to speak up at some point, and teachers and administrators need to do their best job to be able to monitor the situation, and parents need to correct their children. So, in reality, I think everybody needs to unite, like we see over here, against bullying. So it's pretty much the same as before. If you have COVID 19, do not come to class. If you have a fever, do not come to class. We want you here, but we don't want you to potentially spread COVID 19. There will be random temperature checks of students and staff conducted throughout the day. Students will receive COVID 19 training, not particularly in this class. However, if you do have a fever or shortness of breath, those are the two main symptoms. So I'll let you know. Um, if you have those aspects, go ahead and make sure you seek medical advice. And also be sure that you practice proper hygiene. That means with the hand sanitizer. Again, social distancing. And I'm going through this really, really fast, guys, because we covered it yesterday. I don't want to lose your attention. We're going to keep 6 feet away. There's one-way traffic patterns in school, so if you ever have to come in, make sure you follow those lines. Also, wear face coverings if you come into school, okay? And if you're around anybody who is sick, just avoid that close contact. But if you have to, make sure that you wash and sanitize, okay? So today, we're going to understand bullying concepts provided by the district that will allow us to stand up against bullying, pretty similar to yesterday. So that's our learning target, and we can successfully apply what was learned from these lessons in life. So let's get on to our lesson. It is responding as a target and as a victim. Okay, and we are going to start the slideshow from the beginning. Okay. So, what should I do if I'm being bullied? That's what we need to think about the whole time we go through this lecture. Number your paper 1 through 5 and read each statement below. Decide if you feel like they are true or false. Put a T by the ones that you think are true and an F by those that you think are false. And I will pause right here to allow you to do that, and then we'll be right back into it. Okay, so I'm glad you guys finished this assignment, and we're going to continue moving on so that we can analyze it, okay? Uh, First of all, there's no way of telling who a bully is by how he or she looks. Bullies come in all shapes and sizes and disguises. Um, Bullies bully in different ways, but they all have one thing in common: they want to be powerful and in control. So if you're being bullied, there are things you can do to keep safe and help steer you out of the bully's way. I think it's important to recognize that. Remember, keep in check. Use your body language. Body language oftentimes can set off a bully, and they want to see your reaction. So don't react in a physical manner, don't react in an overly emotional language. Stay cool, calm, and collected, and remember just to walk away and then report it to teachers and administration. Your tone of voice is important. If you stay calm and cool or relaxed, you'll be okay. But if it's frantic or angry or nervous or scared, right? That's just gonna set the bully off because they're getting that reaction. So even if you remain cool and calm in the face, but your voice is saying one thing, they will still crave that reaction, and they're looking for a reaction. Don't give them it, okay? Stay calm. Stay calm, like we see right here. Our words are very important. We don't want to say anything that will trigger a bully. We don't want to say anything that will get the reaction. I've been there where I have said the wrong words when I confront somebody who is exhibiting bullying behavior, and it gets them all worked up, and it makes drama, and it gets them a reaction, which they love. So ignore the insults and walk away. It's easy said, but hard to do, right? So remain calm. Don't show that you're angry. Just remember to walk away, play it cool, and get out of there. Also, use a bland response. So say whatever or okay, okay, that's enough. Bye, that sort of thing. I didn't do this to you, right? Change your bland statements around in a calm and even tone. That way they don't get the reaction because they're going to stop. They're going to think that you're super strong because you are strong if you don't give them a reaction. Face up, shoulders back. Be aware of your body language. Don't slouch. Look at them in the eye, hold your head high, smile. If you look confident, a bully's less likely to target you. We talked about that in class today. And assert yourself. Practice what you would say if somebody picked on you. Practice it several times. Do it in front of the mirror. Never argue with the bully. Just make sure that you stay cool, calm, and collected, like we said. Don't argue with them, but make sure you make yourself assertful. Make sure that you mention, okay, that's enough. Okay, thank you. I didn't do anything to you. Why are you being like this to me? Those sort of things. You're asserting yourself, you're questioning them, and then they have to provide an answer. And they don't want to risk embarrassment if they can't answer your questions, right? So never argue with them. Just make sure that you are in control of the situation, which I know it's hard, but we can do it. Avoid a fight. Do not fight the bully, even if it means losing your possessions. And I'd like to rephrase that. You're not going to lose your possessions as long as you keep your eye out for an escape route and take it to a trusted adult right away. That's administration, that's a teacher, and we will handle that. And if for some reason somebody bullies you and steals your possessions, that became a lot more serious, right? That's a more serious case. So if that is the case, tell us right away so we can get that back for you. Don't let it just slide. Don't be scared. Don't allow people to say that you're a snitch or tattletale. In reality, you're not. You're doing what's right, and you're getting what yours is back. What we need to understand is that being able to stand up, it actually takes more courage than it does to stay silent. Also, stick close with your friends. They're less likely to pick on you if you have multiple friends. If you have a hard time making friends, make sure that you smile at people, talk to people, say hello, look at them in the eyes, ask, how's your day going? If they say good, and tell them a little bit about themselves, right? If they tell you a little bit about themselves, like, oh, I play soccer. The next day, say, oh, hey, I was soccer practice. Did you do any good? Was it fun? That's how you make friends. I'm not necessarily an expert, but I like to think that I have a lot of friends and that I have a lot of people who like me, right? So I can't give you like expert, professional, clinical advice on how to make friends, but that has worked pretty well for me. Tell an adult, again, tell an adult no one likes bullying. Teachers need to help to stop bullying. So the more adults that know what's happening, the more they can intervene and the more they can keep an eye on your situation. And explore your talents. Just because a bully says something ugly to you doesn't mean it's true. We talked about Tyra Banks yesterday, Tom Cruise, how they had trouble with learning disabilities. Tyra Banks, who is a supermodel, one of the most successful supermodels of all time, was told that she was ugly, right? And she believed it. The thing is she was not ugly. She was beautiful. She was blossoming into a beautiful woman, and think it's important to remember that just because somebody told her she was ugly doesn't mean she's ugly. In fact, she's exactly the opposite, right? So don't believe anything a bully tells you. Again, they're looking for that reaction. So, in groups, read the assigned question from the How Not to Be a Target worksheet. It should be on page 8 of the handout for the online students here. It'll be uploaded in a document for you guys. And use the knowledge from the 411 on dealing with bullies handout to plan a way to address your assigned question and stop the bullying in a safe and appropriate manner. I'm going to give you guys time to do that, so pause the video right here if you need time, and then we'll come back together. Okay, thank you guys so much for doing that. We're going to go over it a little bit. I just want you guys to know that you can report bullying. Any student, parent, or other interested party can report suspected bullying. And the best part is it can be done anonymously. I know at some schools they have a bullying box where you can write their name and put it in the box, and they will have a conversation with that person, right? I know there's other ways here in Polk County. I believe there's a way to do it online. I will have to check the specifics, and once I do, I will post it online for anybody who needs it. You can call the school and give a report via phone. You can go to the school and talk in person to personnel. You can fill out a reporting form and turn it into the main office or guidance office, or you can complete a form for your school's bully box. Again, I talked about that. I'm not sure if we currently have one available, but I believe we do. Regardless, we do have all those ways for you to report bullying. You can report online at polkschoolsflorida.com. So that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. You're going to go to the website. You can click on bullying resources, and it looks like it is report bullying. Then you click the report bullying now, and I believe a little box comes up with your information that they might ask you to put in. Maybe it's anonymous information, but you can explain what is happening with the bullying, right? So this is what you need to prove your bullying. Who is being bullied? You can write about another student. You can write about you. Who's the person bullying? When did it happen? Where did it happen? What happened? How often does it happen? And the names of the individuals who saw it happen, if any, right? So I want to give you just a hypothetical situation. You go to the bathroom and you get pushed around by somebody, and there was two other people there that you knew, but they were bystanders, right? So let's fill out this form based on that. Who's being bullied in that situation? It would be myself, right? Who is the person bullying me? I hopefully would know that person. So you're gonna put them. When did it happen? It happened at 12:30 on Monday when I went to the bathroom. I was pushed around by, let's come up with a generic name, Kevin Smith. And again, it happened in the bathroom, in the first hallway. I was pushed around. I was called bad names. This was the third time that it happened. The first two times it happened on the first Monday of the week. And the people who were there were, let's say, Mr. Rydell, my twin brother, Mr. Rydell, and Mr. Deion Sanders. Okay, I just came up with these names. This is hypothetical. This has not happened. This is not a real situation. But that's how you're going to do it. You're going to include all of those facts. So now they know that I was bullied for the third time by Kevin Smith in the bathroom. In the bathroom near the hallway, he pushed me around. He called me names. This is the third time that it happened, and Deion Sanders and the other Mr. Rydell watched it happen. Okay, so that's how we're going to be able to report it. So I want you guys to complete a bullying report for yourself. Fictitious names should not be used when you provide something in the scenario. Okay. So in summary, we're going to take out the true and false questions that you completed at the beginning of the lesson, check over your response, change any response based on the information you learned in this lesson, because we want that to be a helpful resource that you can have to look at in the future regarding bullying. Okay, so thank you so much. We are going to go ahead and go back to our other PowerPoint right here, and we are going to finish up the day with our ticket out the door. And that is to write one thing you agree with, one thing you disagree with, and one question you still have about this lesson. So if you agree with everything, that's okay. Just pick out one thing that you agree with. And if you don't have any questions, you don't have to write one question. I just want to see that you guys are engaged. So write one thing you agree with, one thing you disagree with, and one question you still have. And if you agree with everything, that's great. Go ahead and still ask a question. If you don't have any questions, just write one or two things that you agree with, right? Because I want to have genuine collaboration and discussion from you guys and from everybody in the online classes as well. So, again, you guys may not be subjected to the same type of bullying, but there is cyberbullying out there. In fact, we're going to learn a little bit more about that in class coming up after this week, this orientation week. And so I think it's important not only to go over this right now, but it's important to continue going over this because we want to protect, especially the E students, from cyberbullying, from anything like that. We want people to understand their digital footprint and that anything in the internet pretty much lasts forever. It might not be relevant forever, but it lasts forever. So I think it's important for us to all acknowledge that bullying does come in cyber forms. So for the E students, if you have any issues with that, again, email me at Blake, B-L-A-K-E, RIEDEL at polk, POLK, fl.net for any bullying tips, or if you need advice or anything, or if you have a question or a comment or a concern about a grade or anything, feel free to reach out and let me know. Okay, guys? So thank you so much. This has been a quick overview of the bullying lecture. I want to make sure that you guys have plenty of time to continue working on the assignments. Okay? Have a great one.